20 years ago was a different time. There was no TikTok, YouTube, or even iPhones. This was pre-iPad kids, which meant parents had to entertain children the good old-fashioned way. TV. And in the US, there were 3 channels that did the majority of the babysitting. Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and my personal favorite, Cartoon Network. And that's because at the time, Cartoon Network was in a golden age with some banger action cartoons that couldn't be found elsewhere until Avatar: The Last Airbender would eventually premiere on Nickelodeon in 2005. But up until then, Cartoon Network was the undisputed champ of action cartoons with shows like Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, Duck Dodgers, Codename Kids Next Door, and many more. But one I feel that is often overlooked, possibly due to another similar DC show that aired at the time, is none other than the Teen Titans. This could just be the nostalgia talking, but I think the OG Teen Titans show is still one of, if not the best portrayal we've had of the Titans in any media. And now that the Teen Titans show is officially past its teenage years, I want to look back at one of my favorite episodes, Season 3, Episode 5, Haunted.
I don't get it. The dude fell into a pit of lava. Who lives through something like that?
Apparently, Slade.
From the jump, this episode does a great job of setting a serious tone, as we begin with Robin obsessively scanning the city while everyone except Cyborg is asleep. Also, fun fact, the opening being in English means it'll be a more serious episode compared to when it's sung in Japanese. Just another way to clue you in that the comedic, silly aspects of the show will be taking a backseat here. But Robin is persistent in his belief that Slade is still alive as he digs up Slade's old mask, which is covered in dust. This is of course the catalyst for the rest of the narrative going forward, because later during a fight with Cinderblock, Robin gets separated from the group, and as it begins to rain, with a flash of lightning, he starts seeing visions of Slade. And this is where we begin to see just how overly obsessed Robin truly is, as he vengefully pursues Slade completely alone. After a quick fight, Slade tells Robin he's planted seismic generators on the city's fault lines with enough power to split the city in half. But despite not landing even a single punch, Robin still feels that he's the only one capable of stopping him. So he delegates the rest of the Titans, except for Starfire, to look for the generators. While the other Titans report in saying there's no generators to be found, Robin gets increasingly angry as he's sure they must have missed them, only further cementing this idea in his mind that only he can stop Slade. With another strike of lightning, Slade reappears to Robin, mocking him, taunting him that he's gotten sloppy, remarking that it'll be easier than he thought. And as Slade runs off, Robin yells out to Starfire to stop him. But unable to see him, Slade runs right by her, which pushes an enraged Robin to lash out at Starfire, hurting her in the process.
What happened?
You are hurting me.
Slade ran right by you! How could you let him get away?
But, Robin, there was no one there.
After the first commercial break, Starfire meets up with the other Titans, where they speculate this is just another one of Slade's tricks, and Starfire tells them that Robin has elected to search on his own. And this is when she delivers one of the most impactful lines of the episode.
I tried to see him, I truly did, but I could not. I have never seen Robin so angry at me.
Let's go find Robin.
Meanwhile, Robin finds Slade in the old haunt. Relentlessly mocking Robin, Slade explains that the other Titans can't see him due to cloaking technology, which leads to one of the best fight scenes in the entire show as Slade proceeds to beat Robin like a drum. Slade's completely untouchable as Robin doesn't even land a single hit. The other Titans finally catch up to help, where they see Robin fighting no one and losing. An argument breaks out between the Titans as there is yet to be any concrete evidence of Slade other than Robin's injuries. Despite this, Robin, clouded by his rage and obsession, is pushed further, lashing out and threatening the others.
And I'll take down anyone who gets in my way!
In the final act, Robin is put in restraints by his friends and considered dangerous back at Titan's Tower, but he continues seeing visions of Slade. Robin eventually makes his escape and initiates the quarantine protocol, locking down the entire tower. With no way in or out, Raven resorts to astral projection so that she can see through Robin's eyes. Shockingly, Raven does encounter Slade, which even makes her question his existence. In one final battle, Robin's at the brink of death as he takes another brutal beating at the hands of Slade. It's clear he can't win, which leaves Robin no choice but to beg Slade for mercy. Of course, it's never that easy. But after an exchange between the two, Robin figures out he needs to turn on the lights, and just as Slade rushes to kill him, before it's too late, Robin switches on the light and Slade seemingly vanishes, finally putting an end to all the visions. During the resolution, it's discovered these visions of Slade were caused by a chemical reagent from his mask, and the more he fought, the more harm it did. Before leaving, Robin explains how he's been fighting Slade for so long, it feels as if he's the only one capable of stopping him. The rest of the Titans assure him he's not alone, and we get one final twist with Cyborg stating that the chemical agent was activated from outside the tower, leaving it a mystery on whether Slade was truly alive or not. This episode is one of my personal favorites for a couple of reasons. First of all, I like the darker tone that this episode goes for. Slade is really menacing, and the mystery of it all keeps the viewer questioning reality the entire time. And setting out at night while raining really ups the drama. Which brings me to Robin. Robin isn't even my favorite Teen Titan, so this isn't coming from a place of just being a fanboy of the character, but rather it's a character study on Robin's fears and obsessive nature that nearly leads to his death that really interests me. Unlike some more lighthearted episodes where, say, any one of the Titans could defeat Cinderblock, for example, this is a story that could have only been told with Robin in mind. This episode plays with the idea that Slade and Robin in many ways are actually more alike than different. Much like Slade, Robin's determination is boundless. They both will go to any length to get what they want. And while determination is often an honorable quality, when pushed to its extremes, it can pit you against even your closest friends. It's my interpretation that Slade represents Robin's inner demons. It's a manifestation of everything he hates and actively fights against. It turns most of his good qualities against himself. He lashes out, threatens his friends, and it nearly kills him. The damage Slade does can be seen as an allegory of the damage our inner demons cause on our psyche and how these issues can mentally and physically destroy us from the inside out. In life, these issues can present themselves physically by way of self-harm, suicidal tendencies, alcohol or drug addictions, and the list goes on. And with an increasing amount of people claiming they feel more lonely than ever, especially younger people, it's important to understand the lesson the other Titans learn in this episode. At first, the other Titans were quick to dismiss and invalidate Robin's concerns about Slade as he had no proof. They wanted to help but didn't know how, and as Robin became more and more hostile, their empathy wore thin. It wasn't until after Raven got punched by Slade while seeing through Robin's eyes that she realized that Slade may or may not be real, but he's real to Robin, and that's all that matters. If there's only one takeaway from this episode, I hope it's this. It's that we don't ever see the battles people are raging in their own minds. We may only see their hostility, self-destructive actions, and ultimately view them as a lost cause who's done it to themselves. But I urge you to be more patient and empathetic with everyone in your life, especially the ones you know who are struggling. In the end, it was Robin's friends who got him out of that dark place, and while life isn't as easy as just saying issues aren't real, it goes to show just how important a solid support group is for all of us. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching.